Hi guys, welcome or welcome back. It's another Bryt Diaries today, so let's jump straight in. Okay, so today's Bryt Diaries, if you haven't already, by the way, subscribe, press the bell icon, you know the drill. If you are new here, basically we're going through the basic training of the puppy Bryt. If you haven't already, go ahead and watch the first one, which I will link above right now, because that lays out how I train the dog, so that can be really useful to see. This episode of Bryt Diaries is all about... Okay, so I know that a lot of you will be like, what is she talking about? Because this is not a trick for photography, but guys, it is, because it is one of the best ways to re-engage a dog that is distracted or is finding some behaviours quite difficult. So I've included some clips in here of Pippi when she was super distracted on a workshop with loads of people around. It was raining, there was dogs all over, and I just ran through some of her tricks, including those hand touches, and the hand touches were what brought her back. So really, I can't stress enough how valuable knowing a hand touch is, because it can help with your recall, it can help with control. So I also use it if we're doing agility, because Alf gets quite overstimulated with barking dogs running around, and in those situations hand touch is great because it re-engages him, brings him back to me and allows me to calm him. So I use it in photography to manoeuvre dogs. So in this situation, I'm moving Alf into what I want, how I want him to stand. Let me get my words out. And I'm using the hand touch to move him step by step into a good stand for me to hold him into a weight. So how do we train it? Well guys, it all starts with food in one hand with a clicker and an open hand on the other side. In the other hand, nothing. So you hold your hand out, and at first you want to make that hand super obvious, and you want to wait for any interaction at all. It could be a look at your hand, it could be ploughing into your hand, it could be mouthing your hand. It doesn't matter what it is, it's the interaction. Then you want to only reward nose touches. So I'm okay with an open mouth, but it has to be a nose, not a teeth. So I don't want to get bitten. And if you do get bitten or climbed on or whatever it might be, mouthed, just hold and wait for the correct response. So she didn't touch that one, and we waited, and she did. So then she gets the reward. So we keep basically going along in this merry little fashion until the hand touch becomes so fun it is the only option when puppy or dog sees an open hand. So she runs to that hand now, and when she's getting it really well, then at that point you can start to add the verbal. One thing that can happen when you add the verbal and sort of make it a bit more exciting is that we can start having the teeth come out, the paws can come out, everything can come out, and at that point you need to be super patient and just hold for just the nose. So she didn't really touch my hand then, so I just waited. You just got to hold and you'll get that repeat touch. And as you can see, I reset. I badly clicked there and then held until she'd actually touched. But yeah, you can reset by sort of like circling around. So you want her to start a little bit further away, and then it is a lot more fun. So the next stage, realistically, is just repeating in all different situations. So we've got Finn in the room now, that's a distraction. Patience, and you will get a touch. Good nose touch, perfect. So it's okay to go backwards, you know, it's absolutely fine to go backwards, because we're striving for progress here, not perfection. So they're living beings. It's not going to be perfect all the time. Sometimes they can be in a mood, sometimes they can have growing pains. She's teething, so it's fine if we go back a couple of steps to go forward again. You'll see I do this quite a lot in my training anyway, but really we just want that good behaviour. So at this point I start adding my verbal, which in Bryt's case is touch. I do use hand for Alfie, but touch is absolutely fine. She super knows exactly what we're doing here. So at this stage, realistically, what I need to have is I can start moving my hands around, I can start putting my hand upside down, So when you're happy, you can start to add more distractions. So we've actually got Finn on the floor here. She's having a bit of a wappy day. Finn, that is Finn's face saying, leave me alone. And we just make sure that we've got some hand touches coming in there. So she's got a distraction of a dog literally right there, which is really hard for such a young puppy to deal with. So that's fine. And we just keep asking for the hand touch, and she's now essentially recalling to the hand, which is brilliant. So when you're happy in your little sort of quiet environment, then you can start changing things up a little bit. So you can then start to introduce in different locations. So we can sometimes do hand touches before she goes into her crate and make sure that they're rewarded. And then you can move outside. So absolutely you can move outside and use it for recalls. So remember, we've gone a bit mad because we're outside, very exciting. So what we will actually do is just hold. So she jumps up, we're mouthing, and then hand touch. And that's fine as long as you're only marking and rewarding the hand touch. So you'll see she does this quite a lot. So she's bouncing around like a loony in the loony bin. That's fine because we just wait for there to be a closed mouth hand touch. Realistically, my hand was slightly high, but if you put your hand too low with her, she'll plough into it like a steam train and flip herself. So it's not worth it. When you get these mouthy moments, just hold, just be super, super patient, and you will be able to get a good touch. Then change direction, change place, change everything. So we're out now, we're on a walk, and we just did a little test and we got a good hand touch, and we did another one to get it super quick and awesome, and then carry on with your walk. So keep it really fun, really simple. By probably about 3 weeks in, you'll have a perfect hand touch that's super reliable. So I know this one was a bit odd because it's not actually a trick for photography, but it's a trick for life skills, and honestly guys, it's super helpful. So train it if you can, and use it kindly.
Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe, press the bell icon, follow us on Instagram as well if you want to. That would be cool, and I will see you all again really, really, really soon.